welcome back to the Ladies Lounge. I'm Marvelous and I'm here with
Dolapo
and
Phil.
So today we'll be talking about a very important topic normally. So we'll be talking about relationships. What do we understand by relationship? What is relationship in your own language? What is relationship in your own manners and in your own way of life? For me, relationship entails two people, be it male or female, being together, they share a lot of things together and enjoying themselves together. That's what relationship is for me. I don't know about them, but yeah.
You said relationship has to do with two different types of people.
Yeah.
Like male and female, blah blah blah. But we have this is 21st century. We are seeing a lot of LGBTQ whatever. You see gay people, you see different kind of people coming together, women and women, men and men, saying they are in love with each other and they have relationships, and they're even going open about it, not like before, where if you say, oh, I'm dating a guy and you are a guy, it would be something that sounds really unrealistic. Yeah. But in the 21st century of today that we are living in, seeing a guy and a guy together seems like a norm. I don't know. But as Africans, as a Nigerian that I am, if you are a Nigerian and you are sure that you're Nigerian and you have maybe parents like Yoruba moms or Yoruba dads, and you come up to them and you're like, mommy, oh, this person I want to marry. As a girl that I am, I want to marry a girl. You'll be like, there's something wrong with you or something. Like, I don't know if you get me. So I feel for me to define relationship, I'll be defining relationship in a way I think sounds more reasonable. Sorry to say.
What she said was reasonable, Jesus.
Sorry to say.
Dolapo, you're cutting off what how I define relationship.
No, I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm just trying to
listen, I'm trying to tell you my mind.
Point.
Okay.
So for me, I would say relationship is when you have something special with somebody of the opposite sex and not your own sex. I don't know. Yeah, gender. So Ife, do you have anything to say about relationship?
Not at all. So today I will be asking different questions on the relationships.
Yeah.
So please join me. And the first question is, what are the most common relationship deal breakers in relationship? So I'm starting with Dolapo.
Why are you starting with me? Okay, let me see. For me, should I say it may sound really unrealistic, but for me, a deal breaker would be somebody that does not take time to understand where I'm coming from. I don't know if you get it. Like, we have an issue and I'm trying to explain myself, but then you are trying to oh, I'm the one that says something that sounds more reasonable. You should listen to me. What you're saying doesn't count, something like that. When I say a person like that, no, you have to listen to me first. Also, not maybe not listen to me first, but try to hear where I'm coming from, so that there will be a kind of balance between whatever issue we're discussing. That's all.
Ife.
I don't know. Ife, why are you smiling? Did your man send you money?
There's no communication in a relationship. There's no how the relationship is going to work. So that's it. Lack of communication.
Yeah, mad auntie.
Okay. For me, I feel like there's no understanding between each other. If you guys don't understand each other, if you guys don't understand how, and as I tell people, you must have built up friendship before you go into any kind of relationship.
Yeah.
You can't just venture into a relationship without building up a very strong friendship. So people tell me that, besties cannot be like a great couple, but that's a lie, Sha.
Besties actually make the best couple.
Best couple.
You understand each other.
Yes, you spend most of your time telling this person every single thing that happens to you.
Yeah. So is just like that. You have to have understanding, and she brought out what points?
Lack of communication.
Lack of communication. I wanted to say something. You said you have to build friendship, but then if you look around now, you see. Okay, let me just paint this scenario. You are walking on the road. You are looking all cute and pretty, and then this guy just stops you on the road and he's like, "Oh, Alpha babe, I like you. You're fine. Can you give me your number?" And you're like, "Okay." To not make it look as if you are rude, you decided to give the person your number, and then not even up to 2 hours. The person has texted you and like, oh, hi, I was the one that met you on the road. I was the one that was you and like, oh, hi, how are you? Blah blah blah. And then you start talking. 2 days into the talking stage, you're already saying, will you be my girlfriend? Like, you get 2 days into the talking stage, like you guys have not even talked about like anything
Get to know
that
each
deep.
other.
You've not got to know each other, and the guy is just coming to meet you and he's like, will you be my girlfriend? And I don't know, but it seems like most of the girls I see now, maybe because they feel, oh yeah, I'm so pretty and all the guys have to bow down for me, blah blah blah. Once they collect your number, your head just starts sparking. And then once this guy just comes to meet you and he's like, oh, will you be my girlfriend? You just say yes. And then you now come back to the internet and start shouting, so happened, something, Valentine's was the main babe that this, that. And I'm like, Shay, you self, you do not think. Somebody came to meet you just 2 days. Like, do you know how many girls are in the world? You could have done that to like 5 other people that are not even you. Maybe even collected 5 numbers before you, and you're already like, yes, just jump. Like, I don't know if you guess.
So, at the end of this discussion, we know that friendship is really perfect for before venturing into any relationship. You can't just meet a guy today and you are saying yes to that person. You have to understand 2 days is not enough for you to know somebody.
Even 1 month.
In fact, 1 month is not enough for you to know somebody. It's just yes. So, yeah. Moving on to the next question. How important is communication in a relationship? How important is communication in your relationship? How important is communication in your relationship?
That's communication.
Communication is very, very important.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, communication is actually important because if we are not talking to somebody, then you can't like pass the message across. It's just like you being in your house and you're like, oh, you are living with somebody, and you don't ask the person, oh, are you going out? And then you now eventually go outside, and then you find out that, oh, this person you left at home actually went to the place you wanted to go to. Maybe you going to that place could have actually cost you a lot, but sending that person who stays with you would have made it a little bit easier. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like, oh, you want to go to the market, but you have to go to work first. You have to resume by 8 a.m. And then somebody is in your house. Just because you don't talk to the person, you don't know the person is actually going to market like maybe 9. And then you now have to get to your work by 8. You rush to the work, to your office, you do whatever you want to do, and then you have to leave your office around 4 and you go to the market. Then you coming back home finding out that the person you left at home actually went to the market around 9 and even got maybe the same thing, the exact same thing you wanted to get. The person got stuck came back home, and then you're at home and you're like, oh, I could have just told you, like, you get.
Okay. So communication is very, very key. Without communication, there is no growth in the relationship because there's nothing you are sharing together. There's no common goals. There's nothing that you can even say that, oh, this thing is unique. Oh, I know my partner. Anything that happens is going to tell me, and that's where trust issues get into.
This actually struck me because it happens to a lot of people. The question says, can you maintain independence within a relationship? You are in a relationship with somebody. Can you still maintain your independence?
Okay. For me, yes, you can maintain your independence.
Okay.
But note that if you're in love with someone, love means giving. You cannot just be in a relationship and not give to that person. But it's not as if you are putting your burden on another person. You're just being yourself, but not billing each other, but at the same time trying to like maintain yourself. At the same time, giving. Your partner should be able to give, and you should be able to give to another person, both male or female, generally. So yes, you can be independent in your relationship.
If do you have anything to say? You have to contribute.
Just a short answer. Yes, you can.
You can maintain independence. Yeah, so I would say you cannot maintain independence. You can maintain independence, just that you have to do it in a way that it won't seem as if you're trying to be rude. Because it depends on the kind of partner you're having. If you are living with a partner that seems crazy, you may not be able to establish.
You say
that.
why your partner go crazy.
I feel like you never jams up people before. But I don't know if you get.
Yeah.
I know growing up, like once you graduate and you're not staying with your parents, you have this, oh, I want to be independent. Especially ladies, they'll be like, oh, I want to be an independent woman. I want to this, I want to have my own this, I want to have my own that. Okay, you bought houses worth 25 million, but then you're going to get married. And when you get married to your husband, you still have to, like, at some point, stay under him. I don't know if you get, like, you won't just be doing everything by yourself. You have to, like, okay, let me even allow this guy to, like, do something now. Let him do something for you. Don't be the kind of girl that will be like, your babe will buy something, and you'll be like, what's this? I can afford this.
That's like being, don't be too overly independent.
Yes, not being overly independent. You get that you want to be independent, but don't do it excessively.
In the point I brought that what I was giving, right? Okay. So when your partner brings in something for you and you know that you can afford it, at the same time appreciate it first. Because it's going to do more when you appreciate things. Okay? So moving on to the next question. Please, if you have any questions, by the way, please drop it in the comment section and we'll answer them in our next video. Okay. So, how do you handle trust issues in a relationship? How do you handle trust issues? Because trust issues is the number one issue in a relationship. Yeah, trust issues. So, how do you handle it?
Is it like number one?
Maybe not number one.
Lack of communication should be number one.
Yeah, lack of
Then
communication
followed by
should be number
Yeah, I said it's okay. It's part of the issues
We have
in a relationship.
So trust issues. Trust issues actually start when you don't believe your partner. Maybe you're feeling insecure. Let's say insecurity should be a major factor in having trust issues. Because okay, let me paint another scenario. You have like a girl, she's very pretty, and then she has like 3 other friends that are as pretty, and maybe most of them are like smarter than she is. And then she has this guy that she likes. And then the guy is very, very smart. When I say very smart, I mean very, very smart. And then most times when she goes to the library to read, she sees this guy reading with her friend. And she feels that, oh, maybe because they are smart and she's not smart. She feels like, oh, maybe he will eventually leave me for her because she's smart and stuff like that. Maybe, okay, they are now dating. Two of them are dating. She and the very, very intelligent guy, they are dating. And then the guy says, oh, I'm going to the library to read with your friend, so. She gets. And then she's like, okay, no problem, you can go. But once he leaves, she's like, are you sure this girl not be? I know she's my friend too, but you cannot say now. She gets.
Yeah.
And then maybe the guy now eventually comes back late, and then she's all about, where did you go to? She was supposed to come back early. Can you come? She gets. From there, issues can start happening. You can start doubting your partner. But I feel if you understand your partner, like their point of view, like where they are coming from, you would not. It takes a lot of time to actually trust somebody because you can't say, But
That's
then
why
you just have
I
to
don't concur to a relationship. You just met a person just 1 month. It's possible for you to build trust within 2 months, but at the same time, oh Lord, deep, please. But I just want to bring out something you said. At first, why your boyfriend will follow your girlfriend they read? You understand? It's possible, but at the same time, if you are not feeling okay with it, you just have to speak up.
Yeah,
if your boyfriend is understanding, of course, he will maybe cut it off or be like, oh, maybe you should join us then. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Something like that. So, if you're feeling kind of insecure with anybody or your friends being around your girlfriend, just pour out your mind. Because communication is also a key factor in building up trust issues. Because if you don't communicate, how will you know whether it's right or wrong? Do you understand?
So you don't jump into conclusions and give wrong.
Exactly. Next question. Can long distance relationship work?
No. Like
The way she said you know.
For you.
capital no for me.
For you. That's for you. You uncle.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yes or no?
Yes or no?
There's no maybe, either yes or no.
Okay, let's see. Yes, in a way. It depends.
For me, long distance is the best. Like I don't know, but long, but okay. Maybe like see each other like maybe 3 months or like 2 months or something. I like long distance. Long distance it can work. If there's communication and there's trust in a relationship, it can. And if you're the kind of person that can hold yourself without seeing your partner,
That old being
like
yourself is the
me,
problem.
Calm down.
like me,
Calm down. You
Okay.
said if you trust yourself,
Yes.
no matter the amount of trust you have in the person, your partner, there's no how. There will still be doubts.
Yeah, you
Okay,
still
what's
have
he doing
doubts.
over there? Something like that.
Like you
Maybe
can't
there's a
say.
particular time you guys talk to each other. He doesn't call at that particular time. You start wondering, you start doubting. Okay, what if he's with
I don't
other
feel
girls,
I
things
don't
like
feel
that.
if you trust your partner, there's no way doubt should enter your relationship.
That is hard.
For
It's
you,
hard. It's
but for
okay,
me,
okay. For you, right?
Exactly.
But if you trust your partner, there's no way doubt should enter your relationship. That's why, okay, if there's doubt, then speak out. Speak out or speak up. Speak up. Communication is the best way to sort out everything. Communicate with your partner regularly, and that's how you build out like your trust. Because, okay, yes, there can be doubts in a relationship, but at the same time, we're more than that.
Yeah, but that. The reason why I was saying maybe is okay, if I should say no, the reason why I do not like agree to long distance relationship is the issue of trust we've been discussing. It's actually very hard. Do you know what it means to not see your man for like 1 year? Or like 6 months? Okay, we are in school, you're resuming January. Maybe you're supposed to go back around that, I don't know, 3 months, after 3 months, but then you can't leave school, maybe because of projects or because of something, and then you have to stay in school for your whole 6 months, and then you don't get to see this person like one on one. The only thing you do is calling, which calling calling doesn't
Doesn't feel like
show
you see
anything
person.
because okay, out of 24 hours in a day, you can't call somebody for more than 5 hours. There's no how. So you still feel, I don't know, this gap, there'll still be this gap. Like, I can't see this person, I can't see what this person is doing since I can't see the person. And the reason why I said yes is because it's something that you can actually try. If you're that strong, like marvelous. If you are very strong and you have a strong heart, you can try it. But if you know that you can't, just don't do it.
Yeah,
Just stick
don't
your
do it.
this thing.
I feel like going into a relationship depends on you. It depends on how you can handle some things. If you can't handle a tough things, then don't go into a long distance relationship. Because long distance relationship, it depends on commitment, your trust, and communication.
Even patience,
Even
sef.
patience too. Yes. So things like that. Okay. Right now we'll be taking a short break. So we'll be moving straight to our last question.
And
for
final
today.
question.
Okay.
Okay, last question.
I know you guys have been expecting a lot of like questions, like a lot of topics, but we're just giving you like a tiny little tips. This is
Tip
not,
of the iceberg.
yeah. So fully go into relationship in other videos, but for this one, we're just tiny.
The kind of preamble
Exactly.
of what you'll be expecting.
So, the last question is, how do you know if you're in a toxic relationship? And mind you, toxic relationship is everywhere. Toxic, oh, it's toxic, oh. So how will you know? How will you know and how will you go about it if you're in a toxic relationship? And what will you do? What are the things you will do if you are in one? So, starting from who? Kalapo.
Why are you reacting
Okay.
to me? Okay, so if you are in a sorry, if how do you know if you are in a toxic relationship? So I get this feeling that a lot of people may not really realize that they are in a toxic relationship. So for me, what I can say that serves as an indication to if you're in a toxic relationship is when you maybe okay, you're talking to this guy, oh yeah, you're in love with this guy, but then it's like I don't know, maybe not physically beating you, or then he's just cutting you off. every time. Like, yeah, you lay down rules like this thing, you can't do this, 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 just because you are dating the person, and it makes you feel as if you are this, like it makes you feel like a useless person. I don't know how to say it because I don't know, but like it makes you feel very useless and like helpless without him, and to some extent it may feel like a kind of abuse, maybe not physically, but maybe like with words, but like a kind of abuse. So if you see somebody that you are dating treating you in a, I don't know, just treating you anyhow, maybe not anyhow, like anyhow, but like if he's just treating you as if you don't matter, then just call it quits and leave. It's not by force to date somebody.
I know sometimes it can be there's another scenario whereby the guy does not want the girl to leave, and then is like dragging the girl down in that kind of relationship. So what do you think will happen?
I have an example. Okay, but I saw a video. Is what is popular. Like for example, okay, you're in a relationship with a guy. The guy keeps beating you, and when he beats you, he buys wigs, buys things for you to
Yes,
apologize for what he
to
did.
apologize it. Yes,
Yeah.
I've seen
I've seen videos like that on
that,
Instagram
yes.
actually. Yeah. So that's like an example of what she's trying to talk about.
Oh yeah. But that one is bondage now. You are beating me. You now buy wig to hold me down. After all the wait though, imagine you beat me finish now, you buy wig. I'm supposed to meet my parents the next week. And I go to my house with bruises all over my face and they're asking me what I am. No, I fell down.
You have to come
What
up
is
with a
that?
lie.
I feel some girls or some ladies don't like see it in that kind of way. They be like, oh, he's sorry, and he does it
Yeah,
again.
so far
he's
he does
sorry,
things
he's
for
sorry,
you.
he's sorry until
Yeah, sorry till you kill me.
until
Abi?
it leads to death.
Hey,
And
Jesus.
another thing I want to point out is that sometimes you really don't. Some people feel like they must be in a relationship by fire, by force. I must be in a relationship. Sometimes God is just maybe wanting you to like grow. There's always a growth in a particular phase in your life. Maybe okay, it's not your time for you to get in a relationship. Okay, you are not ready. God knows that. Oh, you are not ready. But you want to be ready by fire, by force,
like,
and then we see what your eyes cannot
say. Because
so some things that you should not do is that don't go into a relationship where you don't value yourself, where you are not valued.
Or when your partner doesn't value you.
Yes. When you are not valued, or anybody, be it a guy or a girl. A girl can be toxic. Man can, yes. Ladies can be toxic. A guy too can be toxic. So, and I saw a video online. I've forgotten her name. She's like motivational talk person. She said that she was in a toxic relationship, and then there was a day the guy just said, what if we get pregnant? What if we get pregnant and abort the pregnancy? Even from that sound of it is toxic.
wait,
How can you think
you get pregnant
and
then you
abort
abort?
it? Yes, that's how it. And funny how it might not like sink inside. She was like, oh, that's what kind of nonsense is that? But unintentionally, she got pregnant. She got pregnant during the process, and then she aborted it. So how will you call that? That is extremely toxic.
Number one,
Yes.
the guy is toxic. He's a child abuser. Because how would you tell a girl to go and abort a pregnancy, knowing fully well you're the one responsible for it?
Yes, like
That's abuse.
So I feel like toxic relationship is we pray we don't be in a toxic relationship, because sometimes you don't even know you're in a toxic
Until
relationship.
something happens to you.
Yes, you don't realize that.
experiences that
Oh,
you've been.
so this is what it means. Oh, you might not know at first. You might have spent like 3 years in a relationship, and then
Then you realize that you've been in a toxic
yes.
relationship. Like,
And there is also a case of like, some guys can be very sweet
yeah.
at the beginning of a relationship or before you guys enter a relationship, and then along the line, all of a sudden the guy just changed. His attitude changed.
I've seen cases like that.
Things like that.
Some people be like, oh yeah, it was so sweet when we were dating, and then we got married, and then
Don't
you just
know
started
what
acting up, and then you find yourself in the position of like, what's going on? I don't know what's wrong. I've been trying everything, like my possible best to bring things back on track the way it was before I got married. But then it's not working. When you for you to find out that the guy has actually been toxic, then he's just doing demo for you.
Yes. So you might not really know you might not really know they're in a toxic relationship until you now realize.
But when you eventually find out that you're in a toxic relationship, please run away. If it's possible for you to go and report to somebody that can help you, please go and report so that they can. Because you know, there are cases where you see some guys pestering you till you like go to court and get, what do they call this thing, like restraining order. Because there are some guys that will feel like, oh, they own you. Like once they're dating you, they literally own every single part of your body. They own you as a whole. And then when you tell them, oh, I'm tired of this thing, they may even just
you know
decide
what
to
happens
beat
in all
you.
these American movies whereby they'll break up, the guy will like voluntarily break up with you, but at the end of the day, we start stalking you.
Yeah.
Along the line, something will just happen.
And then you start seeing different cases. Like,
There are a lot of cases there too, but the solution to it is what? Run.
First thing you notice, just take
Just
your
that part, don't say I will wait.
Don't wait though, because
wait.
it's going to get harder.
He
and
does
harder
it the
and
first
harder
time,
and
second
harder.
time, make sure it doesn't repeat itself.
Yes.
And these are issues to start, especially in like most of the cases I've read and from books I've read. You just see the guy being like, oh, you did something, and then he slaps you and he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, so just a mistake. And then wait, for you to, I don't know, some people don't feel like they are supposed to think. For a guy to like, a guy that claims he likes you to just raise his hand and slap you, that means something is wrong somewhere. Because why would you just raise your hand and slap me? I am not a baby, neither am I a child.
Yeah.
I'm an adult too. Why would you raise your hand and slap me? So once you see that happens the first time, please run away.
And don't say it was just angry.
He was just angry.
Now one snap, violence start to
Yeah,
just
because
one slap.
if you slap it today, tomorrow you will carry belt. The next day you will carry your robe inside the kitchen.
And next time you carry
cutlass.
knife and
Sorry,
break
no.
your ribs.
You have died. You carry your obituary.
So,
But if you have cases like that, please report to the police or go and get a lawyer, a very strong lawyer.
Please.
And if you know maybe you are dating someone that is very rich and influential, and you feel the person would like
use above the law.
just try.
No
as
one
possible.
is
There's
above
nobody that
the
can
law.
pick you up. There's nobody above
See,
the law.
if the person is very rich and the person is going to use all his wealth to bring it down, post it on social media. Post
Actually,
everything.
post it on
Tag
social
all
media.
the
People will actually help
vloggers. Post it.
You have
Oh.
civil rights lawyers
Yes.
online that can actually pick you up and help
Exactly.
you.
There's a lot, like this our generation, there's a lot of lawyers out there on social media.
Just explain your
Yes,
predicament. Tell
explain
them
to
what you're
them.
going through. and
Exactly.
Most of people will actually
And
talk.
they will help you. So please don't stay quiet. Don't keep things to yourself. Please share with people.
They're begging
Talk,
you.
please.
Don't die in silence.
Yes,
die in silence.
don't.
Okay, so the final thing we'll be doing today is to drop relationship tips. Yeah, it may not sound like, it may not be for everybody. Like some tips we may drop may not be for everybody. Obviously cannot be for everybody, but you may find just one or two things that may influence or affect your relationship life. We're dropping just a few, so in our subsequent videos you'll be seeing some more, like just little bit somewhere somehow. So just stay tuned.
Yeah.
So Marvelous, do you have any relationship tips for
Don't
us?
start for me.
Okay, what of Ife?
Start from my record and
Okay, so my number one relationship tips is that in any relationship there must be trust.
Trust.
You guys must be honest with yourself.
Honesty.
Yes. Learn to forgive.
Forgiveness.
Don't keep things to your heart too much. Be open. Communicate well with your partner
Communication.
for a relationship to work well. Do you understand? So,
Ife, do you have anyone to drop for us?
when you're angry, don't talk. Don't like it in English.
Yeah, like take time to calm down.
Take time to process things before you
Yes.
talk. So that's all.
Okay, so the only thing I want to say is do anything possible to make your relationship fun. Not just being boring all the time. You guys can go out.
Even if your
to
partner
view.
is boring.
Yeah, even if your
Try
partner is
and
boring,
make him
try and just like take him out or take her out. go on dates, go on picnics, just for the fun of it actually, and everything will be fine. Just actually to his like stress or anything, you can just like go out for whatever. So this is where we'll be drawing the curtains for this episode. So for more, kindly subscribe, share, follow, and drop a comment in the comment section. And we will see you in our next video. And once again, we want to say thank you for watching our video.
Thank you,
and
guys.
This would be the end for this episode of the Ladies Lounge.
Bye.